A lot of these rappers out here, good, but are boring. And I think the first step of recovery is to admit it.
Yo. We are Illinois Wise Guys.
Check out the full podcast, link below.
Yo. We are the Illinois Wise Guys. Your boy, check out my boy.
Deezy, Fasheezy is way too easy. AKA the Widow's Peak Bandit. AKA Mr. Steal Your Spaghetti. AKA the Blunch Black or Bloat Your Blom. What's up? What up, though?
What happened to Michael Gordon?
Did you
Where
know,
Michael Gordon
I
at?
bring it out sometime.
Come on.
Did you know that that's a Detroit slang? What up, though?
Of course.
I used to hear Jalen Rose say it all the time, and I was just like, okay.
Of course
I thought
I
it
know.
was just a Jalen Rose thing.
Nah,
It's
bro.
a Detroit. What up, though?
You why you say it like that though?
What?
Say it cool, like you're cool.
What up, though?
It's what up though?
Does the DMV got any?
What's happening, Slim?
Chalet?
What's up, Slim?
Chalet.
Hey, what up, Slim?
What up, Slim?
What up, Mo?
What up, young?
Nonetheless, welcome back to the Ill-Advised Wise Guys podcast. We don't give a damn where you're from. This is episode 149.
40. I thought it was 143.
No, how? That's impossible. Shout out to the gang.
Damn.
As always, if you're new here, stay a while. If you've been here before, just stay longer. You know, we would love to have you. You know, grab a chair, grab a lawn chair. Hey, listen, we had a very successful episode, so thank you to everybody that checked out our last episode and enjoyed our conversations or hated our conversations, either or. Thank you for tuning in, though. I think that's the biggest thing more than anything else. We have a jam-packed show, but let's go to the church announcements first, man. I think we got some stuff to get off our chest. Q, what we got on the plate?
Check out ratingsgamemusic.com.
Yeah.
The best music site on the globe.
Yeah.
We got reviews for Reason's new album, which is called Porches.
Yep.
No Name's new album called Sundial. Trippie Redd dropped A Love Letter to You 5. And then we got some singles by Gucci Mane. Oh, and then DJ Khaled came out with a single. You know, DJ Khaled's about to drop an album. He came out with a single.
Lil Baby and
Lil Baby.
Future, right?
It's awful.
I didn't hear it.
But check it out.
Sounds good to me. Y'all do that. Y'all go over there. Hey, man, you ain't gonna talk about the Drake top 5?
Oh,
come on, man. Talk about it.
We launched our YouTube channel.
Talking about I ain't got no major accolades, bro. What you mean?
5. So for you guys, we're gonna do a top 5 bi-weekly. We're gonna do a top 5 list of whatever, top 5 Drake albums, top 5 J. Cole songs, top 5 times Lil Wayne got bodied on a song, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to be doing some really fun top 5 lists. There will be a video accompanying these lists and narrated by the great Maya White. So shout out to her, Ratings Game Music superstar that we got. So that's the big news. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man. I'm like, that's very important. Yo, shout out to the whole team for putting that video. Like Cameron, Maya, even you with the script writing. I was just there to make sure it didn't blow up. That's all. That's true. But no, that video is fire, man. I'm just letting you know right now.
Check it out.
That could arguably be our best video as a whole. Just like
and I think we got the top 5 list right.
Now, on to some other church announcements. Y'all make sure to get over to the Zero Skips playlist, streaming exclusively on Spotify. We have added a couple new songs, more to come, even more. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with the feedback we've been giving to their music, and shout out to everybody who's been reaching out asking how you can get on the playlist. So if you are on the playlist, y'all make sure to go tap into their music. If you are an artist who wants to get on in the near future, hit us up via email, illadvisedwiseguys@gmail.com, and we will consider your music for the playlist.
Yes, sir.
Also, I got to mention our clips, man. I really want to stress the fact that we drop some of our best segments from our episodes on YouTube. You can go check out those conversations in full. We just talked about whether Jay-Z was overrated in your top 5. We talked about his Cardi B on the clock. Also, what was the best diss record of all time? These are all these are all topics that are on YouTube right now for you guys to check out. Y'all make sure to go over there and tap in ASAP.
Let's get it.
Man, this is going to be juicy, man. On this episode, we are going to be talking about the fact that hip hop has turned 50 years of age. But now that we're at this point, is there an album that you would say defines, this half century mark? So many rappers, so many albums that have dropped. But what's the one album you feel stands above every other album that kind of holds the mantle right now for hip hop? I think that's going to be a tough combo. I'm looking forward to your selection because I got a couple I'm still debating at the moment. After that, we're going to talk about the fact that Tory Lanez got 10 years in jail for shooting Megan Thee Stallion. Man, I know he didn't see that one coming.
I think he did.
Did he? I don't think he did, bro. Everything he did moving towards this whole case, he ain't see this coming, bro. I don't believe it. And we gonna talk about it though. Did he deserve the 10 years? Did he not? What's the aftermath of all of this? What's the fallout just in general from Tory Lanez getting 10 years in jail? We're gonna get into that discussion. But first, we gotta talk about the fact that TDE appears to be, shall I say, in shambles or it's spiraling out of control? How you want to define it? I'll leave it up to you.
Why me?
I don't know. You're right next to me. That's why. How you want to define it?
The reason we brought this topic up is because if hopefully Reason was on the show. She told me that Moosa is a president of TDE, right?
Yeah, and by the way, shout out to Jordan. Jordan, friend of the show, absolutely. He the one who hit us up in the DM about this story too. So shout out to you. Gonna give you your props on that.
I guess Moosa, in a conversation in that podcast circle or whatever, was saying that, can you name 10 Reason songs? So long story short, it seems like TDE has tension with Reason. They have tension with SZA. Kendrick Lamar left. We don't know why he left. I don't think we'll ever know. But if I were to guess, there was a little bit of tension there. So what's going on in TDE? Is it bad business? Is it these artists are just growing and they want to do their own thing? This almost sounds kind of like, some of the stuff people were saying about Cash Money back then, right? With Birdman and them.
Yeah.
So what if you were to guess, what would you think is going on right now with that TDE label? That's nasty. For your president to talk about one of the artists that you have like that?
Doesn't it seem like every labels and just artists are it's like a weird relationship. Yeah. It's like
boss.
They're like bosses, but they're also kind of friends, and they gotta be cool enough to vibe on art. And it's like a very non-traditional type relationship. It just feels like. So I think, by the way, Cash Money was a whole different situation just because the only thing they were really complaining about was money. Yeah. I never heard anybody say anything other than, yo, we're not getting paid. You didn't give us our money.
I mean, people were complaining about, I believe they were complaining about royalties.
Which is money-based. Yeah. That has to do with money. But to me, TDE, you don't hear money as the basis of the friction ever. It's usually related to,
they can't get their release dates.
Them not being able to pick a solid runway for an album. When will the album come out? It just seems like that camp is extremely picky. Yeah. That's what I gather. Picky. I gather the executives and even the artists, they may be very indecisive artists. Yeah. You never know. I could see somebody like Kendrick or even SZA, getting a case of what they call demoitis. You've ever heard that? Demoitis. You ever heard demoitis?
Not. You've made that up.
No, go on Urban Dictionary right now. Demoitis is basically artists who are stuck in demo mode. They just keep making songs and it's hard for them to pick the one that they believe in to put out. And I just see, I personally, I think that's what's going on. But I mean, more than anything else, what happened publicly between Reason and Moosa, I don't think should ever happen. I just don't think that should ever occur as the relationship between the president of a label and an artist who's on the roster. I think it's kind of ridiculous to call out your artist in that manner. Now, I don't know the whole backstory. Maybe Reason gave a reason for Moosa to kind of go at him like that. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, the thing is,
I could be wrong. It just seemed a little nasty, the way they were kind of exchanging publicly. I don't think we should have been privy to that. Real talk.
I think it goes to the whole respect thing.
Yeah.
It's how much respect does Moosa and Top Dog have for the artist? It's a question that I think it's an uncomfortable question to ask, but it's a question that I think does need to be asked, and I'm sure the artists have asked. Right. And that's why I think we had a convo a couple episodes back, and I said, you know, I kind of would prefer my mogul to be an artist, right? Like Rick Ross, when he's running MMG, you know, like to me, I think he understood the plight of the artist, like the struggles that the person had to go through to bring stuff out. You know, just the whole struggle of putting music out, the creative thoughts,
end-to-end process.
Yeah. And I think somebody who's actually gone through it, you know, can relate and be able to understand, you know. So I think when it comes to labels like that, where like, you know, Top Dog, Suge Knight, you know, when he was running Death Row, it's like, how much can that type of management of a label sympathize with the artist? How much respect do those people have for artists in general? Because I do think musicians are very highly disrespected. I don't think
they are.
I don't think musicians get the respect that they deserve.
But to be fair,
because people don't understand the grind that comes with making.
But I'm not gonna lie though. To be fair, I understand why you saying that. But let me use another example. Let's look at sports, because you know how sports and rap relate a lot. Personally, I don't like the argument that people make where they say that, you know, you have to be a former NBA player to be an executive. Some of the best executives have never played a lick of basketball in their life. Yeah. So I'm not of the mindset that you have to be a former rapper or you have to be a rapper to be a good executive. I think this is just a matter of, like, especially because we've seen Michael Jordan. He's 100%. Arguably one of the worst executives. He's one of the greatest players. You don't have to be a former player to be an executive. So I translate that to rap and just music. I don't need you to be a former musician. I just need you to understand human rights and just how to move in business. To, you know,
evaluate talent. So there's so many roles that execs have. One of the biggest roles they have is to evaluate talent, and I think a lot of times they get it right. If you're not a musician, you can be able to get that part right. How to evaluate talent and say what's good.
Yeah.
I think the part that execs don't get right is the respect part. Think about it. We've all been at jobs, right? Where, let's say me, like I work SharePoint, right? And your executive just wants SharePoint to work the way they want to work. They're not going to take the time to figure out how it works. They're not going to take the time to understand the intricacies that go into running a SharePoint platform.
This is true.
All they do is just going to say, oh, it's not working. You're not worth it.
I just want to say, like, at the end of the day, what is the future of TDE? I asked this question to you. I kind of want you to answer real quick, but this is more of a broad question because you look at it. Kendrick's gone. SZA is on the is on the freaking rise, like globally. We know what she is as an artist, but like, who's really next to be the future? Because we hear names like Ray Vaughn. Yeah. We see names like Doechii. We know that Reason is part of TDE. We know the legacy guys like Schoolboy Q, Ab-Soul, but like J-Rock, I think is about to drop an album soon. Yeah. Is TDE done? Like, is their reign as what we knew them to be? Is that joint over? What you think?
I wouldn't say it's over.
Yeah.
Isaiah Rashad, somebody else.
That's true. He's another one.
And then they also have Sir, I believe. Right? You're right. Sir's on there, and then they also
Zakari.
have Zakari, right? I think TDE just may have to pivot. I think
R&B.
I think they got to pivot to R&B.
Yep.
And I think they got to hire some younger talent. I think they got to hire some new talent. But putting your eggs in that Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, because let's be real. Can we be real here?
Please.
This is the Ill-Advised Wise Guys.
Please.
I don't want to. I say this respectfully. The appeal of J-Rock, Schoolboy Q was Kendrick. It was Kendrick
as a tandem.
They
complimented him.
Ab-Soul. But Kendrick. Now that Kendrick's gone, and somebody has to be slotted in that number one. Like, dude, win. I love that song, but what is that song without Kendrick? What is the idea of an album without Kendrick's influence on there? Like, I love J-Rock, but I need to hear J-Rock and Kendrick. Like, so
listen, We're going to get into Reason in a little bit, pause. But like one of his biggest songs is Showstop on his debut album, which featured Kendrick.
Yeah.
And it's Showstop.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
like,
and it can be brief. It's brief.
It's Kendrick's
brief.
whole flavor.
It's brief.
Sprinkled
it's
all into that.
Kendrick is that guy.
Yeah.
And Kendrick, let's be real. Kendrick probably had a high level of creative control at TDE.
True.
To where he probably okayed certain things and his input was taken into account. They need Kendrick. But
I don't know, man. You guys let us know. What do you think the future of TDE has to hold? Do you think they're done with hip hop? Should they pivot to R&B? I don't know, man. Listen, let's get to the next topic.
Next topic.
This one's good, man. I'm gonna set this up for you, bro. Alley-oop style.
Okay. All right. Uno reverse.
Are people afraid to call lyrical rappers boring?
Ah, yes.
You know, listen, wherever you want to go with this, I'm down with.
Okay.
But I know you felt some type of way about this. We insert name in terms of lyrical rapper into this combo, but go ahead and set it up, and I'm a dunk it.
So for the longest,
yes,
I would always hear this narrative that J. Cole's boring, right? That's the narrative. It's a funny ass narrative.
Nas raps over boring beats.
Nas raps over boring beats. J. Cole's boring, and you know, as much as people want to say, man, but they're lyrical. Man, these people, man, this. Can we be honest sometimes? Like, sometimes these rappers are boring. Sometimes the best rappers are boring. Like, it was me that proposed this topic. I was listening to Reason's album. I hate to freaking
Reason is having a bad week, ain't he? Yo, Reason having a bad week, bro.
Listen, I think Reason's a fantastic rapper.
Don't cop, please, bro.
Punchlines.
We know what you about to say. Preface my comments.
Punchlines galore.
Yes.
Reason's wise lyrics, great beats, good feel for music, but his tone, it's very dull. It's very monotone. He doesn't do anything melodic. So it's like, it's kind of, his album drags along. But I already know what, not you, but I already know what people are going to be saying. Oh, but it's super lyrical. You just don't respect lyrical. You don't this, that. And I'm like, yo, if we're being honest with ourselves, super lyrical can also be super boring, right?
Can be.
J. Cole has a lot of great songs. And I know J. Cole knows this because J. Cole, there was a point in time where J. Cole was, was teetering. Like, I really like Born Sinner, but Born Sinner has a lot of boring songs on there, right? It has a lot of boring songs on there.
That's his most boring album.
J. Cole, you can
as
tell.
As a J. Cole guy.
He started getting more melodic.
Yeah.
He started experimenting more with
on
beats.
The next album, he really started
on the next album, he started doing
2014
that.
Forest Hill.
And now he's as fun as it gets, right? But we have to be real with ourselves. A lot of these rappers out here, good rappers, but are boring. And I think the first step of recovery is to admit it. I admit it. This is a confession that I've had for years now.
Okay.
A lot of lyrical rappers are boring.
Are you gonna call names or not?
I just did. I said Reason.
But you barely called him boring.
I said J. Cole. Okay. So who do I think is boring?
Be more blunt. I don't need you. Who call some names that not disrespectfully, but like arguably who you think is boring. You
Currency is very boring. Currency is a very boring rapper. He's fantastic, very good. And the typical person, but y'all don't understand. He's talking some next level. He is talking next. Why is it that is the rebuttal people have? Oh, this person's kind of boring. But no, y'all just don't understand his lyrics. I can understand his lyrics and still think he's boring.
True. Hey, listen.
You know what I mean?
Listen, here's the thing.
Shining is a boring movie.
Hey, bro.
But I think it's great.
Hey, brother. You're entitled to your own opinion, just like everybody else is. I would argue you're right about Currency being boring. I would argue you're right about Reason being boring. And listen, I'm all about tone.
Yeah,
I'm a delivery tone guy. Like, it's about intrigue. It's about we had a convo off mic about whether Schoolboy Q was boring or not. I don't think he's boring. I argued he wasn't.
I don't think he's boring.
I'm saying, like, there's something about personality. Like, a lot of these dudes and this is, I think, the trap that a lot of rappers get caught up in. Mm-hmm. They think that, because I'm delivering complex rhymes, y'all are gonna appreciate what I bring to the table. When in fact, it's yes, that's part of it. That people appreciate, but it's also about your personality, your delivery, your approach. That has to matter more a lot of times than the lyrics that follow. Because how the hell can you retain somebody's attention if you can't grab it in the first place?
Can't grab it. I mean, and there is a slew of artists, and I think I want to bring attention to this matter because there are.
You sound like this is an epidemic.
Artists, it is an epidemic. There's a slew of artists where I'm just like, dude, I just can't get. One of the most lyrical people that I think is not boring, and they did it right. JID. JID's super lyrical. He flows for days. But like he's not boring. It's entertaining listening to JID. But like to me, I hate to call names. I got Kaz, Omen.
Yikes.
That's why I think TDE. You know what? I'm gonna say this real quick.
TDE is boring. They got boring rappers, bro.
Dreamville, like TDE and Dreamville, who most people would literally say are two of the best labels, and I think from a lyrical standpoint, excellent labels. But two of the most boring labels. Like, give me MMG in his prime. That was a group full of fun ass rappers.
I would say Cash
give
Money.
Me Cash Money.
Sorry, not Cash Money. Sorry, Young Money.
Give me
Young Money, bro.
Give me CMC. What Yo Gotti's doing with CMC, where he got Black Youngster, he got
Moneybag Yo,
Glorilla, Mozzie.
Mozzie's kind of boring, but I like Mozzie though. I like Mozzie, but
Mozzie
kind of boring though. Yeah.
I'm talking about great rapper,
but boring works. We got see. Okay, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Boring is not a bad thing.
Negative. Stop putting boring in a negative.
I agree, and I think that's part of the combo. Like, I do think that word needs to be dismantled.
Yes.
You can't make it seem like it's such a damn virus. Like, you make it sound like I need a damn vaccine for boringness. Like, if somebody want to be a rapper, hell, did you get the boring vaccine?
It's an acquired taste. How about that? It's an acquired taste that doesn't taste good. Like, okay, I am watching a show. I'm sure you know it. 1883. It's a spinoff of Yellowstone. I never watch shows. I'm like, this is one of the best series I've ever watched, but it's so boring. It moves slowly. It's a lot of talking, not a lot of action, but it's one of the best shows I've ever seen, right? Rap can be the same way.
I like that analogy.
Reason
I like that.
He's a great rapper.
You know,
but his albums move slow, it's sluggish, drags along.
That's a good analogy,
but
bro.
You can appreciate it.
We do have to start describing rappers the way we describe movies. The way we describe movies and shows is, yo, hey, did you get to season 5? Nah, I couldn't get to it because that shit was too slow. It means it didn't keep your interest. The story didn't move along enough, quick enough for you to really grab you. That to me, that's how we got to start describing rapping. It doesn't mean the show's trash.
I was gonna say, when people say that, they just say, they don't disrespect the show. They just say it moved too slow for me.
Like, to me, okay, perfect example. Last thing, I swear this is the last thing I'm gonna say. The Wire. Wire has about 5-6 seasons, one of the most iconic shows. The point is this. The Wire starts out with a bang. Yeah. Season 1, season 2, amazing. Yeah. And then season 3 comes around. They go to the ship docks and the shipyards in Baltimore. You got to really go through that grueling season 3, part of season 4 before it starts picking back up. End of season 4, season 5, season 6. And then you can come back and say The Wire as a whole is amazing.
Amazing show.
But season 3 moves slow. A lot of people might have fell off the freaking Wire wagon in season 3.
Yeah. Just because of season 3 being slow, it'll be negligent to call the show back.
Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Next topic. Tory Lanez was finally sentenced. This has been a convo in the black community for 2 years. It was actually put to rest last week. Nobody wants to mention that this convo about Megan, whether or not she's been shot or not, whether or not Tory Lanez is going to go to jail, the men versus women, domestic violence, all this, that whole convo that happened 2 years ago was put to rest. It's the end of the chapter. Tory Lanez got 10 years in jail. Now, the chapters previous to that had to do with, can you support somebody like Tory Lanez? It's accusations. He's not been found guilty yet. Yada, 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 yada. Me and you were divided on this topic. And we purposefully did not want to dive deep because he was accused at the time. It was just charges.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he's convicted, he's doing 10 years in jail.
Yep.
How do you feel?
Well, look, I'll be quick. Love Tory Lanez music. This ain't about music.
Yes.
Before the verdict, I was giving Tory the benefit of the doubt because I felt like things weren't clear enough to definitively state that this man was guilty. Yes, if you ask me which one was it leaning towards, I'll give people the fact that, yeah, it leaned that he was guilty. Mm-hmm. But I thought the law was innocent until proven guilty. Well, guess what? He was proven guilty in the court's eyes, sentenced to 10 years. Do I think he deserved it? I don't know. I don't know if that's even up to me to think he deserved 10 years. But I will say this. Before this trial went on, they offered to give this man a year or two. I think it was actually 1 year the prosecutors offered him. 1 year. Mm-hmm. And we'll let you go. He declined. He took it to trial. It backfired. He never admitted guilt. Not one time. I'm talking about even up to the sentencing. He was still, in my opinion, making excuses, talking about like, yo, even if I didn't do it, but if I did do it, it's because like I had a bad childhood. My mom died. Yeah. I got an alcohol problem. Yeah. It's like, bro, I get it. You don't want to go to jail. Who the hell does? But that's not the time to make excuses. Yeah. At that point, you kind of got to say, fuck it. Show a little mercy. Eat the charge. Like I feel like he tiptoed around this for too long, even up to the verdict, even until now. He's selling merch, talking about free Tory.
I saw that.
God.
You know the
it's
thing
just,
that's
it
so
sucks,
funny?
bro. It sucks.
There's two things I'm gonna say.
Go ahead.
Us as human beings, we have the choice to just say nothing. Like, I don't think people understand. Sometimes we forget that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the court system, you have the choice to literally say nothing.
True.
Since this case has been going on, I'm talking about since he was charged, he has not stopped saying something. That's your decision. Nobody told you to do that. Number one. Number two, you know what's also funny about the court system is that, you know, when you are convicted of a crime and you're sentenced, that means in their eyes you did it. It doesn't mean you are convicted. We think you did it. We highly think you did it. It means you did it to them, right? Mm-hmm. So now he is convicted for attempted murder, and that's going to stay on his record, which I find interesting. But you know what I'm going to say?
What's up?
I'm going to say I always thought he did it. I've maintained that from day one. I've heard all kinds of people's opinions, and I'm like, okay, I kind of buzzed a little bit. I always thought he did it, right?
Okay.
But I think the biggest thing that needs to be talked about is how we failed Megan Thee Stallion. We fully failed Megan Thee Stallion as a society, social media, and still to this day, we're failing Megan Thee Stallion. I get it. Megan Thee Stallion is very unlikable, right? To several people.
I think that's what it comes down to.
She's very unlikable.
That's what it comes down to.
Very unlikable. And I think this case, the perception of Tory Lanez is completely different if it's not Megan Thee Stallion. But if we go look in retrospect, Megan Thee Stallion said this person did it. She's maintained it. And we try to pick holes in her statements. We try to pick holes in how she moved in the story. We try to pick holes in every area. We really failed Megan Thee Stallion. This is perhaps, in my opinion, from a public standpoint, the worst way a victim was treated. By far, in my eyes.
I mean, yeah, I can't think of another. I can't think of another case that is like even remotely as notorious as this.
I've always maintained, whether I said it on the show, whether I said it on my blog post, whether I said it in person, I've always maintained I think Tory Lanez did it. I still feel guilty, but
why would you feel guilty?
I feel guilty because I apologize. I don't think Megan Thee Stallion got the respect she deserved. And I think most people deserve, including myself, I apologize to Megan Thee Stallion. Most people owe her an apology.
Go ahead, look in the camera and look in the camera and apologize.
I apologize on behalf of me and all the people. Now, granted,
do you apologize for Tory Lanez as well?
I don't know what happened there.
Okay,
but I just think that she was the victim, and it was the worst way a victim has been treated, in my opinion. One of the worst.
I think Meg does deserve a lot of, a lot of apologies too. So same for me. Like, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. And listen, it's okay to be dead wrong prior to the verdict.
I mean, it's it's innocent until proven guilty.
I stand on that. I get how it looks. I stand on it. Now, granted, there is a victim here. Meg is the victim, so she should have gotten a lot of grace in that manner. But my thing is this, bro. Like, the silver lining of this whole case to me, and especially the way we're talking about Meg Thee Stallion, is at the end of the day, there might be something to the statement that a lot of people make. It's a saying where they say it's better to be liked than to be right. Because Meg was right, apparently, this whole time. But she wasn't liked like that in the media. So that, to me, is the reason why a lot of people flipped on her and they didn't support her. And what's crazy is, I don't understand why it's like that. Why do we do that to people? But I do think, I'm telling you, I think it has to do with people would rather be, I think moving forward, not us, but like I think in general, people should kind of look at their reputation and see like, yo, what that might have something to do why you might be not, you might not be supported if something does go down.
More than anything, I hate to get deep and political, and it's a microcosm of the relationship between men and women right now. I think it's at one of its worst. I think we don't respect each other. Like, and I think that whole Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion thing, even women actually, we're going against Megan because it's like, I think there's that tension there between respect of a man for a woman and vice versa. And, you know, essentially just understanding the plight of which both groups have to go through. But that's deep.
I don't know, bro. That's a convo, a deep dive for another day. I'm gonna be honest. Bro.
Next topic.
Yeah.
Hip hop just turned 50. This month it just turned 50. And as you know, hip hop spans from the 70s to now, and you had so many different eras. The MCs, Shams,
the Melly Mells,
Kids, the Melly Mells, the Philifels, the Della Dells. You know, from them to LL Cool J to Snoop Dogg to West Coast to East Coast to Canada, hip hop has, you know, had a very extensive and bold history so far.
Yeah.
So aliens, you heard that they found aliens, right? One of the aliens came down to this earth, right?
Yeah.
And said, I need to write a paper. I know nothing about hip hop culture. I know nothing about American culture. I need to write a paper right now. And if there is one album that you can give me that can accurately describe hip hop, we're talking hip hop from the 90s, 70s, 80s, 2000s, put it in one album to describe it. What would it be? I have one day to turn this paper in. What album would that be?
When I heard this question, my mind went racing. I said to myself, I've never heard a question like this.
Amazing question.
And so
it was so good, I told them I don't even care about getting a shape up. Forget the side shape up.
Yeah, listen. And so my mind was racing, and I pondered for so long, and I said, you know what? Shout out to every era. Let's be first and foremost. Shout out to all the legends out there. Hip Hop 50 is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. I don't care how much people like they want to trivialize this. Yes, although people are giving props to hip hop in a major way. I do think that's important. I landed on one album. One album. Okay. Stankonia by Outkast. Wait. Stankonia by Outkast, bro. Wait. Stankonia by Outkast.
That's what one of the barbers said.
Is that really?
He said Outkast.
Yo, listen. Listen to me. Listen to me very clearly. With that album coming out in the year 2000, we got to think about it. Yeah. This is Hip Hop 50. We're in 2023. Yeah. That means that the halfway point of hip hop was technically in the 90s, right?
Okay.
Outkast came out at a time where Southern rap wasn't even respected lyrically on the grand scheme of things. Came on the map, shook shit up, dropped Stankonia, only for Atlanta and Southern rap as a whole to get the respect. And I would argue, while originally New York City is the Mecca because that's where it started, Atlanta is where hip hop flourished. Atlanta is where it flourished and went global from a soundscape standpoint. We talking Trap, the Future's connection with Dungeon Family, Dungeon Family's connection with Outkast, Killer Mike, that whole, bro, I'm telling you.
It's not crazy.
I believe it's Stankonia for everything that they've done. Shout out to Outkast.
So give us a brief. What songs were on Stankonia? Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Every song. Ooh. We got So Fresh, So Clean, Miss Jackson. Ooh. There's a bunch of randoms too that a lot of people don't know. Like I really like Kim and Cookie. This is an interlude that flows into one of the other joints that they got. Yeah. But to me, those were the biggest songs they had on there. Sorry, Miss Jackson and So Fresh, So Clean. I mean, those huge songs, bro. Sorry, I gotta say it's them, man.
It doesn't mean it doesn't mean it's the best. You know what I mean? There's a difference between a best. We're talking about influential. We're talking about who from young to old can respect. So
I think it's a good representation of hip hop that the old and the young can respect. I really believe that.
Reputation, right? So before I say my selection,
okay,
I think my selection is the one. But
there's no way you're gonna get better than me.
The Blueprint was one that I thought was a good one. Jay-Z, I thought just high level rapping, etc., etc. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. We went about that. I mean, she raps a little bit on it, a lot of singing, but I think that's a good representation. But none of them beat this one, brother. The College Dropout.
Ooh.
By Kanye West.
Ooh, okay.
You give those aliens the College Dropout.
Okay.
They're acing that damn test.
Okay.
Think about what the College Dropout did for hip hop, number one. It okayed book bag rap. It was still super lyrical. Still had the Jay-Z's of the world, but then it also had the Mos Defs of the world.
Definitely.
It also had the people like Lupe Fiasco. It had Freeway, the Gutter. And then Kanye just always has had this ability to tap in with the South. Like he's not necessarily making Southern music.
Yeah. But
he has a way to tap in to semblances of that sound. And then you think about Through the Wire. Through the Wire, to me, one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time. What it meant, how raw it was, how introspective it was. The stories, the fact that it was real. It's what really happened to him.
Yeah.
The underdog feel, the underdog story. And then you're talking about what it did for the future. There was futuristic elements on that album that I thought people appreciated after it was done. Like the College Dropout to me is the epitome of a hip hop album that everybody, from young to old, even in the middle, can understand and respect and understand the impact it had overall. So clearly the College Dropout to me.
I think that's a good one. I don't know if it's better than Stankonia. I'm gonna be honest. Not better. Better representation. Better representation. So fresh and so clean. Yeah, but Miss Jackson is easily a top 10 hip hop record of all time. Easily. Iconic.
Through the Wire is a top 10 hip hop record.
It's not.
It all falls down.
All I know is this.
All falls down.
It's Through the Wire. Miss Jackson
is. On something? Why you keep giving? I understand the South.
Yeah.
Yes, the South is great.
Yes.
But why you keep giving the South more credit? Like you're like, oh, because it's in the South. Yeah, we understand that. But
why keep giving the South more credit?
Yeah, I feel like I understand the South is important and the South sound is very important.
Yeah.
But so are the other sounds, like book bag rap, what Kanye was able to do.
That's not a sound, though. Book bag rap is not a sound.
It's a sound.
No, that's a style. That's like culture.
It's a style. Okay, fine.
Now I'm nitpicking because you try to nitpick on me. Go ahead.
Right? Okay, the South is not sound. That's a place.
No, there is no.
Okay.
There's a Southern sound though. There's a Southern sound. Like
there's a book bag sound. There's a way that when people rap, when you say book bag rap, it has a certain sound, doesn't it?
No, it's not it's more the lyrics to me.
Okay.
If you ask, but keep going.
I feel like as much as the South should be weighed into it, yeah, I get it, understand. But like the impact of the South, I think is just naturally always going to be in the music, regardless. The impact of the South is always going to be in New York music, Chicago music, all that stuff. It's just automatically there. That's how great. Like it's almost like trap. Trap vibes are in every single song we hear these days.
Okay.
So the South there is a sound in Kanye West's College Dropout that is a Southern sound in there. So
which is to the point that I'm making.
Okay.
Because College Dropout came out after
but
Outkast.
I'm saying
like again, we talking about sounds wise. Well, you're having a different combo.
You're saying the
but,
impact, right? I'm saying yes. Outkast was important for hip hop. It was important. Stankonia is important, and establishing that South sound's important.
Yes.
But I'm saying a body of work that embodies every era of hip hop, or close to every era of hip hop, that every era of hip hop can appreciate. So when you take into consideration that, I think that College Dropout, from young to old, every single type of person should appreciate the College Dropout.
Nah, I argue the opposite, because look at the retro.
It's an underdog story, bro.
Brother, look at the.
He has a song called Hey Mama.
No, but here's the thing. Look at the retro feel that aesthetically and musically Big Boy and Andre 3000 brought to the table that the people in the 70s will appreciate. And then they were rapping on some rapidy rap book pack at that time type style that the new school still listen. You can, bro, throw that album on right now, and I guarantee you will argue that you would throw their lyrics on a new trap beat. Okay. And they would fit right in. You gotta give props where it's due. That's how I look at it.
Listen, I like Miss Jackson, but So Fresh and So Clean's okay. Like, let's not act like So Fresh and So Clean was the greatest hip hop song of all time.
QD from Ratings Game Music.
Good.
I'm kidding. Let's keep it pushing, man.
It's amazing.
I want to listen. Speaking of albums, this topic here, what's the best debut album of all time?
Whoa! Come on, it's Thriller.
Or how about,
here.
you know what, I want to have this convo.
Thriller.
No, stop. Get off Michael Jackson's Johnson, okay? For 1 second. Real talk though. 50 Cent's he's on tour, and he brought out J. Cole recently. And J. Cole was on stage, and J. Cole said something that sparked this for me. J. Cole was like, yo, shout out to 50 Cent for having the best rap album. He actually said album, but I think he was talking about rap. Yeah. Album of all time. And then he went as far to say, shout out to Michael Jackson with Thriller, but it's better than that. Okay. And it made me go, wait a second. Okay. wait. Hold on.
Now I gotta. Now. What's J. Cole's?
Send
me J. Cole's Addy.
Send me the Addy.
Send me the Addy.
No, real talk though, and it made me say, listen, I respect 50 Cent's whole the way he came into the freaking game, but like my dude, the best of all time. Nonetheless, F what J. Cole said. Talk to me. I want to talk about. If you don't want to talk about what's the best debut, let's just throw some out there. What are some of the best? What are some of the best debuts of all time?
Some of the. Because we had this convo too. I'm talking about barbershop.
Oh, okay.
We should just do the show from the barbershop. Right? And they said, what is the best hip hop album of all time?
Yeah.
And I said Illmatic.
Ooh.
I was like, Nas Illmatic to me is as close to flawless. Like, if you go and look at that album track listing, I don't think there's a song that's not 5 stars. Like, every single one is 5.
But here's the thing. You say Nas, and I got a Stillmatic shirt on. I love Stillmatic, by the way. Okay. People don't put respect on Stillmatic, rightfully so.
Yeah, I don't.
I understand why. I like it. But nonetheless, you say Nas Illmatic, I raise you Biggie, Ready to Die.
I love Ready to Die.
That might be a better debut.
I think
in the grand scheme of things.
But I think, no. Ready to
Impact.
Ready to Die is an excellent A+.
Yeah.
I just think Illmatic from a standpoint of just a flawless body of work. So if you're talking about using the word flawless,
I mean, however you
just like, yo, bro, from start to finish, like this is literally just flawless, like start to finish. Biggie, there's some songs on Ready to Die that I don't know how much people connect with. Suicide, what's it called? Suicide Note, I think it's called. I don't know how much people connect with Give Me One More Chance. There's a song with Lil' Kim that's on there, and this is me nitpicking. By the way.
Impact.
I'm saying A,
but
Illmatic,
right.
I think from start to finish is just the epitome of a flawless hip hop album.
You know my only problem, and this is super we're on nitpicking mode. By the way, one of my biggest problems with Illmatic of all time was
it's boring.
No,
it was boring.
That wasn't what I was.
A little boring.
That wasn't where I was going.
I won't say it's boring.
No, I actually was going to say it was too short. No, it was like 9 songs.
9 songs, yeah. But it was flawless.
It was. I got somebody else I want to throw in the mix. I wrote this shit down. You talked about one earlier. Actually, talked about two earlier.
Yeah.
Kanye West, bro. You just talked about
College
landing
Dropout?
people, landing aliens on a damn planet Earth. And what's hip hop album would you get? The College Dropout 100% is one of the best debuts of all time.
But
It has to be.
to me, the best is Lauryn Hill. The Miseducation
She's the other one I would
of
throw
Lauryn
in here.
Hill. My God, that debut, and it lived up. See, Illmatic aged well. Cool. The College Dropout was great, but I think it started to age. People understood how great Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was from the start. Grammy wins, multiple Grammy wins.
Facts.
You know, and
Facts.
So Miseducation, but we all in the 1990s and 80s.
I got some new ones.
Cardi B, that's one of the best debuts.
I got that written on my notepad. I got
millennium.
that written on my notepad, my G.
Cardi B.
I throw another one in.
Invasion
Kendrick
of
Lamar.
Privacy.
Don't give me
Here we go. I
the
got
other
cussed
one
out.
that's not a
I
damn.
got cussed out because I said Section 80 is not
I don't
an album.
care.
And motherfuckers say, yeah, I clearly look at Section. It's not an album.
Hey guys.
It's not.
Hey, guys.
It's not his debut.
Section 80 is a great
Didn't
album.
I say that?
It's
or
not
no?
a debut.
Did
I'm
I
sorry.
say that
I'm
or
sorry.
no? I said this. You guys cussed me out.
I didn't say a word to you.
all right.
You know who had a great one?
Dr. Dre.
Missy Elliott, Super Duper Fly. That's not new. That shit was incredible.
Okay.
Are you freaking kidding? All right, F that.
Chronic?
Bro, SZA, Control. What?
Was that her debut?
Yes. Debut album. Again, she's
Okay.
I got it. I got them all top.
Who you got?
Frank Ocean. Channel Orange.
Oh, hell yeah.
Frank Ocean, Channel Orange, bro.
Frank Ocean's
Come on now.
Fire. Damn.
That's a
I feel
classic,
like we're missing
yo.
one. Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt.
Lupe?
Food
Cool?
and Liquor.
I'm sorry, Food and Liquor?
Food and Liquor. But you know the thing that sucks
Yeah.
is the Cool was better than Food and Liquor. But the
We
Cool
ain't
is
here
better
for that
than Food
though.
and Liquor.
Listen,
But-
nobody's saying that they didn't trump their
Food and-
discography.
oh my
We're talking
God,
about debuts. Are we not going to mention 50 Cent?
Food and Liquor.
Get Rich or Die Trying?
Get Rich or Die Trying is great.
Come on.
You know, it's kind of crazy how, we didn't name some big artists who didn't have great debuts. Like Drake. I thought Drake's Thank Me Later. I hate Thank Me Later. Hate that.
I love this rapper, but I don't like the debut. I'm not a fan of J. Cole's debut. Sideline Story. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I'm not
I
a
don't
fan
like
of it.
It's
There's some good joints on there.
It's a good
There's some good
album,
joints
but I
on
don't
there.
Like it.
I'm not a fan
That
of
makes
it.
sense. Cole, Beyonce's
Sideline
debut
Story.
album was
Oh,
just
God.
not great. What about Kid Cudi? Kid Cudi, what was he?
Man on the Moon.
I don't think it was a great album.
That-
I connected.
That was a great debut though. It was.
It was a good one.
It was.
I think it was a good one. I connected with it, but I don't think it was great.
Who in the new school has dropped one of the best?
Come on.
Come on.
We
Throw some names.
missing
Throw some names.
Young Jeezy. Freaking 101 Thug Motivation. Dog.
Oh
Like,
my
that
God.
is a classic debut.
Oh man, it's hard because we're talking about debut albums. We're not talking about debut mixtapes. Yeah, I know because
Lil
we would
Wayne's
have to
debut.
we would have to throw in
The
So
Block
Far
is Hot.
Gone Drake.
I can't.
We have to throw in So Far Gone Drake.
I can't
I would
name
even
The Block is Hot
brother.
song from Lil
I
Wayne.
would argue with you if you want that Trap or Die. Jeezy
Stop it. Stop
is
it.
on the same level as Thug Motivation 101. I'm serious.
Get out now.
I'm just letting you know, bro.
Get out.
The people know what I'm talking about.
Which young jit had a phenomenal debut album?
Cordae had a very good debut album though.
Okay, I thought it was okay.
No, that shit was. Listen, I be slandering Cordae on the regular. I like his raps sometimes, but like I do think his debut album was great.
XX Tentacion's debut album,
17.
17.
And with that, guys, we've reached the end of the episode. Drop your comments in the damn
it.
comment section. What's your favorite debut of all time? Or drop your favorite, your favorite couple, I guess. We reached the end of this episode, bro. You got anything left you want to say?
Goodbye, Good Riddance by Juice WRLD. That was a pretty decent one. That was a pretty good one. That was a really good one, actually. That was a good.
A lot of people didn't like that though. They gave him his props after he died. I was a fan of that joint. Real talk. That was a phenomenal debut.
All right.
Anyway, as always, if you're giving advice, just make sure it's ill.
Yes, sir.
Bow.